Welcome back. During this pandemic, we've shared stories about the heroes next door, people making connections and making a difference. This next story we first shared with you back in September, and it got national attention. You'll understand why when you meet Miss Rita.
Rena Lou ran into this Walgreens to buy light bulbs.
When I went to go pay, my heart just sank.
And she was like, oh my God, I can't find my wallet.
Rita was working the register.
I'm like shaking.
I say, I'll go ahead and pay for it for you.
The two had never met.
I just was a little short on funds.
And Rita only had $20 in her bank account.
Just a little short after paying bills.
And I was just like, no, really?
She really needed it, so I just looked up at God.
Rita prayed it would all work out as she swiped her card for $12.41.
She saved me.
Rena returned that day to reimburse Rita. She then shared their experience on Nextdoor.
And I couldn't believe all the comments.
Dedicated to Rita, the happiest, best employee that Walgreens has to offer. Wish there were more like her.
Melissa, they're my people. You come in, hey! I'd be saying, hey, Melissa. You'll be like, hi, Rita.
She's a rock who always remembers me by name and always asks how my mom is doing. That's Rita. A grandmother who seizes every opportunity to live in the moment. A person who can make a genuine connection in a matter of seconds.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
This woman leaves Walgreens inspired to be her better self. Because of you.
Because of me?
Because of Rita Jackson Burns.
Yeah.
The 58-year-old lives a modest life. The Houston natives worked at the same Walgreens for 38 years. And she'll tell you, not everyone walks in with a good mood.
And I try to ease their tension too. How you doing today? I just try to find something to talk to them about, to get them off of their mind maybe, just for a minute.
That's why customers are now collecting donations. A random act of kindness for the cashier who reminds us when we lead with humanity.
Humanity is greater than your job, occupation, your status.
The world becomes a better place.
I thank them all. Can you go on there and tell them that she says thank you?
You got it, Rita.
I try to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Lowell Pinnock meets people where they're at. These days, it's right outside their front door.
I thought it was going to be something, slow motion, and it took off like a rocket.
The Pearland pastor connects with neighbors on social media, and in the wake of George Floyd's death and in the middle of a pandemic,
God told me three things. He told me that he knew what was going on. Number two, he says that we will get through this together. And number three, he said, be strong.
Be strong. The unifying hashtag for a message that's moving.
Yard by yard, house by house, resident to resident.
Signtex Outdoor in Tomball created the signs for free. Lowell then posted this on Nextdoor, asking neighbors if they'd like one to message him for details.
People are hungry to see something that's going to inspire them and not drain them.
Within the last 2 weeks, more than 100 of them have gone up, with neighbors from Alvin to Sealy sharing gratitude for something good.
And we will find a way to find a way. And I think that's what this sign does. It helps people. And while God works it out, all we got to do is come together and be strong.
This was Julie and Todd back in April, safely sharing details about their tiny free pantry. This Nextdoor post invites Tangle Wild neighbors to take what they need, give what they can.
Well, it is heavily in demand.
3 months later,
We see people come several times a week.
this recycled cabinet is filling more than just bellies.
And there's just so much hope in my heart. I mean, I can't tell you. My hope and my faith has increased dramatically in the last several months, and I think you can say the same thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, really, he works through people.
Neighbors are sharing extra packets of oatmeal. Others have left pocket change or appreciation.
He was grateful and wanted us to know.
For not having to go through it alone.
You asked us the last time we were out, how long do you plan on continuing this? We're like, well, as long as there's a need. Well, that need hasn't stopped. And the pantry still continues to be filled. And we don't even see the people who come fill it. That's the thing.
You don't have to know your neighbor to help them.
I want to continue to encourage all Houstonians, give what you can where you can.
A tiny act of kindness, feeding families and fueling faith, 3 months and counting.
And, this is really kind of a season for a miracle, I think, on many levels.
If you remember one thing today, remember this. Every little bit counts.
Alice Fortes, Deirdre McMullen.
Your contributions help.
The neighbors at Nextdoor just coming in till the last minute.
What you gave matters.
Thank you so much. You're so Mary, Kevin, Roberta.
Thanks for sharing what you could. Afshin gave up her allowance. David Cox donated 200 pairs of work gloves. And all of these neighbors gave their time.
There were so many donations that took a sacrifice from these families.
Hurricane Laura took out Lake Charles 3 weeks ago. Susanna Knight answered the call to help, used Nextdoor to invite her neighbors to give.
It was amazing, an amazing experience.
Sunday, all of your supplies filled a 26-foot-long moving truck. Susanna and friends drove to Lake Charles, partnered with Crossroads Church.
And as we were there, we got to meet a lot of the people coming in for donations, and they were requesting items that we actually were bringing in.
Diapers, flashlights, compassion.
We're just in awe that people would go to the store and take into consideration our predicament and pick out these items. It was such a big deal. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
If everybody just does a little something, that amounts to what we accomplished.
Every little bit counts. This may be the one time a Zoom interview really works.
I love it. This is how I reward myself. To me, it's play. I'm playing with them.
Playing with computers, not on them. Darla Peirce has built computers since IBM was the one and only. So when neighbor Ken Pierce offered his old desktop to Darla's son,
I did not need one, but I told him I could find a home for it. And that's when I first put it on Nextdoor that I had a computer to give away if you needed one for your family. Also that if you have broken ones at home, I can fix them for free.
Her Memorial Chase neighbors began donating old computers, parts, and printers. That's Darla's mom with a few of them.
One of her clients, Sterling Manufacturing, donated a whole bunch of desktops and monitors.
Most computers just need the hard drive wiped, a new operating system, and a good antivirus. Darla's hoping someone will donate that software because she has
at least 15
computers she's working on right now.
This is just about the only thing I know of that I can do to help, and I really do want to help.
I can probably be my digital diva.
Well, thank you.
A hero next door works too.
Okay, friends, so tell me about your neighbors. Do you live next to a hero next door? I want to know about it. Connect with me on the Nextdoor app. All you have to do is search KHOU Melissa Correa.